What is critical for us to understand is that God reveals only what instructs us or encourages us and what builds our faith. God does not reveal what is going to sidetrack us and then take us away from His plan. There are three types of revelations of prophecy. They are clearly predicted events, they are clouded events, and they are personal applications that instructs the hearer. Now let's take a deeper look at two of the areas of prophecy. Let's start with clear events. A good example of a clear event can be found in Isaiah 45. This is a very lengthy passage, so I'm going to paraphrase and not read it. But God had just marked Israel for judgment, conquered by Babylon, and then taken captive to be slaves for the Babylonian Empire. It would be impossible to cling to the hope of God's promises when their nation was taken away, and the nation seemed as though it is going to cease to exist from that moment forward. Babylon was the first world empire. Its strength was impenetrable. To give Israel any kind of hope or to prepare the way for their freedom, God gave this prophecy with exact detail how they would return from captivity by Cyrus the Great. Now, we may not think that that's a big deal, except for one problem. Cyrus the Great hadn't been born yet. That prophecy was given with his name 140 years before he was born. God called Cyrus by name in this prophecy. He called exactly what nation he would be coming from, how he would enter into the city, how God would prepare the way to give him easy access into this undefeatable city. God followed this with a command directly to Cyrus, telling him to let the captives of Israel go free without a price, without reward. This command went directly against the culture of that time. You see, when a nation conquers another nation as a ransom for that conquer, the victor gets to enslave the defeated nation. Any slaves that were held by that nation now become slaves of the victory nation. Many details of this story were held to be impossible, skeptical. Nobody believed it. For centuries, nobody believed that what was in that scripture about Cyrus the Great was absolutely true. It was too far-fetched. Until 1879. You see, in 1879, archaeologist Hormuzd Rassam discovered a historical document written on a cylindrical stone from the Achaemenid dynasty. This cylinder is now known as the Cyrus cylinder. This historical document tells how Cyrus the Great united the Medes and the Persians into one dynasty. The door to that dynasty was through defeat of the ruling kingdom, Babylon. It explains that Babylon was a great city with walls estimated to be 200 feet tall and 90 feet thick. It was surrounded by a moat equaling the cubit foot of the wall. Gates of solid brass protecting the city. The Euphrates River filled the moats and ran under the walls of the city. To protect against sieges, the Babylonians had 20 years' worth of provisions stored inside the walls. They also had gardens throughout. The city was completely self-sufficient. They never needed to open those doors. And where the river ran through the city, there were huge walls built, covered by huge brass gates. The well-fortified city was completely impenetrable. And to gain access, Cyrus diverted the river into the floodplain that Babylon had built to protect the city during the rainy season so that there was no floods. When the water drained away, Cyrus marched under the wall, not knowing that the gates blocked the entrance from the river.